I had a friend who was suffering from depression, and before he was clinically diagnosed, we tried to persuade him to do something that was familiar, something that he enjoyed doing. We tried to invite him to play the sports which he usually loves doing. Somehow we tried to put back good memories for him in order to counteract the negative thoughts that he had during that time. Para bang kailangang buhayin muli yung mga magagandang alaala para hindi niya maisip yung mga hindi magagandang bagay na tumatakbo sa kanyang kamalayan ng mga sandaling iyon. In our gospel, we also hear some of the 12 going back to something that was familiar for them: fishing. After the tragic events that happened, after running for their lives, after hiding from those who might pursue them, Peter and some of the 12 now go back to what was familiar for them. And sometimes that is what we usually do. We do something that is familiar for us. Binabalikan natin yung mga bagay na nakasanayan na natin. Bakit? Kasi nahihirapan tayo sa mga pagbabago na kailangan nating harapin. And that was the experience of Peter and the other disciples who joined him for fishing. It was a big blow for them to see their master suffer at the hands of the authorities. And at that point, they feel lost. At kapag hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pupunta, ang pinakamadaling gawin ay bumalik na lang dun sa nakasanayan natin. Malaking pagbabago yung pinagdadaanan ni na Pedro. Dati, sumusunod lang sila kay Jesus. Pero mula nung dakpin at patayin si Jesus, para bang naliligaw sila. Siyempre, ganun naman din ho siguro tayo. Kapag nawala yung pinuno, kapag nawala yung ulo, pakiramdam natin, naliligaw tayo. Hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pupunta. Para bang walang direksyon. We will feel lost at the moment that we lose the leader of our group. We will have no sense of direction. And since that is now the experience of Peter, it would be better to go back to what they were to go back to what they were originally doing. Somehow they were in a transition. They were at a liminal moment. They can no longer go back to the point when Jesus was with them. It is no longer beyond their no longer beyond their control. And at the same time, they still have no sense of direction. Hindi pa rin nila alam kung saan sila pupunta. At dahil hindi nila alam yung pupuntahan nila, naisip na lang nila, balik na lang dun sa dati nilang ginagawa. For sure, we also had those transitions in our lives. When a child enters school for the first time, he transitions from his pure play days to becoming a school child, to going to his school days. The moment a student finishes his studies, he transitions from being a student to becoming a member of the workforce of society. When a person enters a lifelong commitment in marriage, he transitions from being single to a married person. Those changes may have had put us in certain crisis. Para bang naiisip din natin minsan, tama ba itong ginagawa ko? Tama ba itong pinatutunguhan ko? Pero kung tutuusin, hindi na natin pwedeng balikan yung dati nating ginagawa. Because we have crossed over to a necessary transition in our lives. And that is what Jesus was reminding the disciples and to us. There are things that we have to leave behind in the past in order for us to fully embrace our new mission. Sa puntong iyon, hindi pa rin alam ng mga alagad kung ano na yung gagawin nila. Hindi pa malinaw para sa kanila kung ano yung magiging mission nila. But time will come that Jesus will also show to them what their next mission will be. But for all of us, we have passed from the season of Lent to this joyful season of Easter. Lent has its lessons to offer, but Easter has its mission for us. Hindi na natin pwedeng balikan yung mga maling gawain nung nakaraan. We had rejected sin and Satan when we renewed our baptismal promises. Now the question is, how are we living up to that promises that we have renewed? And as we continue to relish the joys of Easter, hopefully it has become clear for us that rejecting sin, rejecting Satan, is not just mere words that we have uttered, but a daily choice that we have embraced.
Please stand.